Good morning. I'm Gabriela Merio. I'm an architect and I'm doing this MA at the Politecnico di Milano about leadership in global design. And as you already know, I'm working on the Los Palos Grandes market. It's located in Caracas, Venezuela, in a middle high sector. This market works as a street market only on Saturdays, since the street is closed from Friday till Sunday morning. This market has a really interesting story since it started after the year 2002 here in Venezuela. There was a difficult time in politics and in economics because there was conflict, an important conflict between sides in politics, and that inflected in a global strike, especially affecting the petroleum company PDVSA. A lot of people got unemployed, and they started to search for different kind of economic activities to enhance and to go on with their lives. Some of them, it's interesting because this market was born with these people that all lived in this area, and they saw the possibility and the opportunity to create this special market. This area initially, years ago, in an analysis of the problems of the sector, they found the need to create a square, a place for gathering, for reunion, to do events of the municipality, and that's why they searched for this special space. And at a moment they wanted to create this plaza and take this street and transform it in a boulevard and a plaza, because obviously there is this it's a very comfortable how is the word, it's a very wide street, and it doesn't have a lot of movement on weekdays, and on weekends the movement is practically null. Basically it works on weeks because here is located at the bus stop of the Los Palos Grandes sector, and also the entrance, the vehicular entrance of El Parque Cristal and the El Parque building. These two office buildings are, to say, like the limits of, would have been the limits of this plaza. In the end, the project wasn't done because of the bus stop and the complexity of the location, and then it came the opportunity to use a different lot of ground located upper on the sector, in a better location obviously, and this spot was bought by the municipality, and it was created this plaza. So this street ended up being this market, and these people even created new brands because of the way they sold their products in this market, especially the ones that I interviewed, and you can see it in on my blog. Some of them are very interesting, although in this time people really are a little bit they're a little bit closed to giving information about what they do or their history. That's why I couldn't do all the interviews that I wanted. But Arepa Pelá and Cachapas La Estrella are the biggest attractions of the market. And also, well, the chicken and the poultry and the meat and the fish that are sold at very good prices. What I'm going to talk to you about after this little synthesis that I've done about the history of the market is starting with the problems that I analyzed after the ethnography and taxonomy and all the investigation through the visits that I did to the place, especially those that were made on the opening of the market, on the closure of the market, and on the establishment of the market that's done on Fridays night. And also, if you can see, I even did a photograph study about the situation of the street on the weekdays. That is very important because the market only works on Saturdays. Okay, starting with the problems as I sorted out in this mental map. Distribution and services. The high demand, low offer, and the complex distribution systems influx on the cost of the products and merchandise. That's why the prices between vegetables and fruits varies. What's the problem about this? Most of them use someone that has a truck and goes to Los Andes, which is the whole other end of the country, to buy their production and bring it to Caracas, and then they distribute it on different markets, and that increments the cost of the products. That's why some of them that let's say that are like family companies, they do all the work and they gain all the money. So in that case, prices can be a little bit lower because the same people that sell are the same people that go and find the merchandise. And that's why these prices really are different. And about what I tried to explain with the land and the situation about the abandonment of this land, especially in the last years, since the government made crazy policies about the use of the land, and they started to take the land without notice, making lots of people lose their money. That created a real problem and a conflict in this agricultural land in Venezuela, especially in the center of Venezuela, where the biggest production of the basic grains and fruits and vegetables are merchandised. They produce approximately 40 to 50% less than they did like 6-7 years ago, and that had incremented also the prices. So all of these problems are distribution and services. all linked to the situation of the country. About water and electricity. There are no electricity facilities for the kiosk functioning. They have to improvise connecting to an electric post. The kiosks that work with poultry, meats, and fish need water to work and clean, so sellers have to bring buckets of water. Those are two different problems, but I believe that in services they work as one. Why? Because all these kiosks need services to work. Some of them bring their own elements like gas to work with the cooked goods. And then there comes electricity that they have to improvise. Like I said, they have to connect to a post, and that's a really important problem because there could be an electrocutation, there could be an electrical malfunction in the post, and that would be a very bad situation if it happened. Thankfully, it hasn't happened yet, but in the picture, although it's small, you can see all the cables in the floor. That will always happen because they have to connect anyway to some electricity source. But if you can avoid connecting directly to the cables, that would be I'm sure that would be a lot more secure. And about the water, they have to bring their own buckets of water. That's unsanitary. First of all, because it's not enough water. So they clean the meat so and the chicken and the fish because there's not enough water to clean afterwards. Then you see how they have to clean with a little bit of water, and everything at the end smells terrible because it's not enough water and there's no one to clean after they clean their stuff. About sanitary conditions, yes, there is no culture on sanitary issues in the Venezuelan street market for dealing with groceries. Although food preparing kiosks use gloves to manipulate the food, they don't use covering hats. That's true. There's not that kind of culture. Only it works in some franchised restaurants and normal high to metal type restaurants. But those that work in the streets, sometimes they use sanitary elements, but how can they do much if they don't have water or any facilities? So that's the basic problem of sanitary use, and the cost of gloves and the cost of the hats and the cost of the uniforms that will increment the cost of the product. So that for them it's not necessary because there's no culture about it. I think that should be controlled by the local authorities. Restrooms. There are no restrooms available at early hours for the market. Customers have to ask for private bathrooms. If you see in the map, although it's a little fuzzy, they don't have bathrooms when the market really works, because it works from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. but the most movement it's around 6 and 12, and the only place to go is the Centro Comercial Centro Plaza. That mall is opened after 10 or 11, and sometimes the bathroom is open after 12 because that's the hour when the restaurants start to work. So if you need to go to a bathroom, you have to ask someone or go and I don't know, to another place just to ask for a bathroom. I think that's an important issue, although designing the elements is not that easy because you need the installations, and that's always the problem. About emergency control. There is a dispensary near, but no first aid services on duty.